At my wedding, my sister announced her pregnancy, but I was prepared for her antics. 3 days ago, I married my boyfriend Jason after 5 years together. My attention-seeking sister Allison was there, and honestly, I knew she'd pull something. She's done this her entire life. At my graduation, she announced her engagement. At my birthday last year, she brought her own cake, saying she forgot it was my party. A week before the wedding, our baker Sarah called me completely confused. Allison had contacted her pretending to be me, ordering a pregnancy announcement cake decorated with pink and blue roses. She offered to pay double our original price and begged Sarah to keep it secret until my reception. She even used fake tears, saying it was a surprise for the family. Sarah knew something was off because I'd already finalized every detail months ago. I could have uninvited Allison right then or confronted her, but I was beyond furious that she was trying to ruin the one day that was supposed to be about me and Jason. So instead, I decided to let her think her little scheme would work perfectly. The ceremony was absolutely beautiful. Everything was going exactly as planned until we got to the reception. During the cake cutting, right as Jason and I were posing for photos, Allison suddenly stood up at her table. She tapped her champagne glass with her fork, getting everyone's attention. "Sorry to interrupt," she said with a fake sweet smile, "but I have some exciting news to share with the family." That's when the baker wheeled out Allison's surprise cake piece, this elaborate three-tier thing with baby on board, written in pink frosting. Allison beamed as she announced she was 3 months pregnant with her first child. My parents instantly burst into tears of joy, completely abandoning me and Jason at the main table. My aunts and uncles rushed over to congratulate her, asking about due date and baby names. Most of our 150 guests crowded around Allison's table, leaving us standing there like idiots with our half-cut wedding cake. Allison was absolutely glowing in all the attention. She kept touching her barely there belly and saying things like, "Oh, you're all so sweet. Don't let me take away from my sister's special day," while clearly loving every second of being the center of attention. After about 10 minutes of watching my wedding guests fawn over my sister, she finally looked over at me and Jason with a smug expression. "Okay, everyone," she announced loudly, "let's get back to celebrating my sister's wedding now." That's when I knew it was time. I walked over to her table, gave her the biggest smile, and said, "Congratulations, Allison. I'm so happy for you and Eric. But wait, I think the celebration isn't quite complete yet. There's someone important missing who should hear this wonderful news." The entire room went silent. Everyone was staring at me confused. That was my cue. I nodded toward the reception hall doors, and in walked Jared, Allison's ex-boyfriend who she'd been secretly messaging for the past 3 years while married to Eric. See, I was the only one who knew that Allison had been two-timing both guys for months before she officially broke up with Jared. When I called Jared 2 days before the wedding and told him about Allison's pregnancy announcement plans, he was absolutely livid. Turns out she'd been telling him she was unhappy with Eric and might leave him someday. She'd even been texting him just last month about missing what they had together, right up until she found out she was pregnant. Then suddenly, radio silent. Jared was hurt, angry, and more than willing to show up and crash her little party. Jared walked straight up to her Allison, congratulated her on the pregnancy, and then turned to Eric with the most innocent expression. "It's so sweet of you, Eric, to let Allison keep in touch with me all these years." Eric's face went completely white. He looked at Allison, then at Eric, then back at Allison. "What is he talking about?" he asked quietly. Jared just smiled, thanked Jason and me for inviting him, and walked right back out. Eric started shouting at Allison, demanding to know if what Jared said was true. Allison tried to deny it, but she was stammering and crying. Within minutes, Eric was screaming that their marriage was over, and they both stormed out of the reception hall together, still fighting. 3 days later, I'm getting a text from relatives calling me heartless because apparently Eric has filed for divorce.